The Articles of Confederation, ratified in 1781, served as the first Constitution of the United States, marking a pivotal period in American history following the Revolutionary War. While often overshadowed by the subsequent adoption of the U.S. Constitution in 1789, the Articles of Confederation played a crucial role in shaping the early legal and political landscape of the newly formed nation. The Articles of Confederation emerged from the need to establish a framework for governance among the 13 former colonies, which had declared independence from British rule in 1776. The Continental Congress drafted the Articles with the primary goal of creating a decentralized system of government that preserved the sovereignty of individual states while providing a framework for cooperation on matters of mutual interest, such as defense and trade. The Articles were adopted amid the challenges of wartime and reflected the prevailing distrust of centralized authority that had characterized colonial opposition to British rule. The Articles of Confederation established a unicameral legislature known as the Continental Congress, where each state was represented by a delegation of between 2 and 7 delegates. The central government under the Articles was deliberately weak, with limited powers to levy taxes, regulate commerce, and conduct foreign affairs. Key provisions included the requirement of unanimous consent among states for amending the Articles, as well as the provision of 1 vote per state in Congress, regardless of size or population. From a legal perspective, the Articles of Confederation represented an experiment in federalism that sought to strike a delicate balance between state sovereignty and national unity. The Articles granted significant autonomy to the states, reflecting the prevailing sentiment of the time that centralized power posed a threat to individual liberties. However, this decentralization also proved to be a major weakness, as it hindered the ability of the central government to effectively address pressing issues such as national defense, interstate commerce, and debt management. One of the most notable shortcomings of the Articles was its lack of a strong executive branch and judiciary, which left Congress unable to enforce its decisions or resolve disputes between states. Additionally, the requirement of unanimous consent for amending the Articles made it nearly impossible to enact meaningful reforms, leading to gridlock and inertia within the federal government. Despite its limitations, the Articles of Confederation laid the groundwork for the principles of federalism and limited government that would shape the subsequent development of the United States. The weaknesses exposed by the Articles ultimately contributed to calls for a stronger central government, leading to the Constitutional Convention of 1787 and the drafting of the U.S. Constitution. The experience of the Articles underscored the importance of balancing state autonomy with national cohesion and provided valuable lessons for the framers of the Constitution as they sought to create a more perfect union. The Articles of Confederation represented a significant milestone in American legal and political history, embodying the ideals of state sovereignty and limited government in the aftermath of the Revolutionary War. While ultimately flawed and short-lived, the Articles laid the foundation for the principles of federalism and constitutionalism that would define the American system of government for centuries to come.